What you doing, Nigga Dreamers? You got Mathers back for more VDL content. I've been slacking on it lately. I just haven't really been. I haven't played well. I haven't played well lately in this league, so I haven't been super excited to cover my battles. But got to get to it. I'm gonna improve. I can't just skip over stuff. So this is week 2 versus Jose in the Seattle Mareanies. You can see my team here. I brought the Swampert, Salazzle, Blaziken, Frostlass, Glisopod, and Rillaboom. Unfortunately, I don't get Grassy Glide. My opponent bringing the Mega Gallade, Zygarde, Corviknight, Roserade, Aromatisse, and Seismitoad. So let's get into it. I'll put it on slow so I can keep up with things. So I wanted to get my Stealth Rock up right away. I assume he wanted to do something similar, but he goes for the Toxic. Toxic's my Swampert, which is not great because Swampert's actually probably one of my best switch-ins to a lot of things. But I just get in Rillaboom here as he goes for his rocks. Switches into Corviknight, and what did I do here? Did I U-turn? I should have U-turned if I had it. No, I knocked off. That's good too. Knock off the Lumberry on the Corviknight, which made me think like, whoa, that's an interesting item for this to have. I made a hard switch into Salazzle, figuring he's going to either go for a setup move or go for a U-turn or something like that. And switches out into the Seismitoad, which is not great for me. I decided to go back into Rillaboom, which I feel is pretty safe. Should be able to take either stabs here, and if he wants to Toxic me, so be it. Fortunately, I do not get Scald Burned there, and once again, I'm free to click an attack as the Corviknight comes back. Let's see. Yeah, I go for the knockoff again. It does hit this thing harder than U-turn would, obviously. I do have leftovers on this. I go for the Drain Punch. Doesn't do enough to do a KO as he does a Roost as well. So not a great turn for me. My grassy terrain is gone. I decide to go into Swampert, which I know can take hits from this thing, no problem, as he does U-turn once again. And he brings out the Roserade, which is not great. This thing is pretty tough for me to switch into, as you can see. So I decided to stay in, expecting him to predict like the Salazzle to come in. And he does go for the extra sensory, so I'm able to get a little Ice Beam damage off here. But I think I found out later that he's actually Assault Vest as he takes down my Swampert there. I was hoping maybe he'd be like Specs or something and I'd be able to stay in. But I just bring Salazzle back in and double into my Rillaboom, predicting the extra sensory once again, which I know Rillaboom can tank. Rillaboom is surprisingly tanky even though I'm running offensive. I hit the Roserade with the knock, and that's when I learned it is Assault Vest, and he knocks me out with the Sludge Bomb. So unfortunate. And then I think Jose had a question here about why Rillaboom had speed or something, but I just bring out Salazzle and knock it out. I just threw this team together. Looking at his team, I was like, okay, here's 6 Pokemon I could use versus him, and just gave him standard sets, which is something I tend to do a lot in league play, which I probably shouldn't. So he makes a double there from Zygarde into Seismitoad as I reveal the Hidden Power Ice. Would have been nice if he had stayed in there, but no. I decided to just Sludge Wave here, expecting him to go for like something like, yeah, he goes for a knockoff. I thought he might go for like a Toxic or something. I didn't really want anything switching in too much, but he just knocks off my boots. I'm hoping for a poison here, because if I can just get damage on this, then it's looking to me like Blaziken with the Scarf can actually sweep with Flare Blitz or Close Combat. So things are looking in that direction, although I am down half my team. I decided to get some spikes up, as Jose learns that he does not learn Freeze Dry. Knocks me off, but I live it. I am Life Orb. I go for the Disable, hoping to catch him, but he ends up just going for the Toxic that turn. Which is fine, you know, I'm alive again. And he actually pulls the switch into Corviknight there. And I go for the Will-O-Wisp, which actually worked out pretty well considering I knocked off the Lumberry earlier. But I'm not in a very good spot here, as all I can do is Ice Shard for a little chip damage as he roosts, and I go down to the Toxic. Yeah, I didn't have Taunt. Taunt would have been nice. But yeah, bring in Blaziken. And I do U-turn here because I figured he would switch into something, but he does not. And I go get my guy out. My thing is I actually tanked the Brave Bird. It is burned, I guess, so that does make a difference. We got my Glycopod is what I was trying to say. And unfortunately the emergency exit does get activated on the next turn, which forces me out into Blaziken again. But I decided to just go for it. He does bring out the Seismitoad. He's taking some chip damage with the hazards. Maybe I get a burn, but no burn. Only doing 25%, so it's not going to be enough. I think, do I double here? No, I just went for it. I get a critical hit. No burn, of course. But Zygarde is in, and it's actually good because the Glycopod is basically just by design is meant to take on Zygarde. So he goes for the substitute, but I do have the first impression, so I can break that substitute. It is gone as he goes for the coil. Not great for me. I was predicting some kind of like Dragon Dance or even Choice Bandit or something, but he's sub coil, which is pretty scary. Goes for another sub there as I just leech life, which does not break the sub. And of course the leftovers bring me back to a range where I can get emergency exited out, but I do break the substitute as he goes for a toxic, sub-toxic coil, which is just such a crazy set. Things I need to think about when I'm playing in a league. I'm thinking too much of the latter. I need to just think more about playing on the league in a league format. So the close combat does not knock out the Zygarde, unfortunately, and it goes for the 1,000 arrows to finish me off. And my Glycopod is now toxicked, so there's not much I can do. I think the better play would have been to just go right back into this because I'm, I don't take rocks damage and I can tank the 1,000 arrows pretty easily. As he saves the differential there going into Corviknight, and it's just gonna let me die to Brave Bird and toxic damage. Or no, just Roost. He's just gonna let me die to toxic damage. Go for the liquidation, hoping to get a defense drop, which I do. So I'm fighting for it. Roost again, but I think even with the defense drop, I'm not really doing enough to outdo the Roost. Yeah. And I think here, he just goes for the Brave Bird to finish me off. And that is the game. Jose soundly defeating me there. Yeah, I had a pretty whack team. I think I played pretty okay, considering the team that I had. Definitely just need to, put a little more effort into team building in the future. I don't know. I guess my biggest issue with playing in league format is that I always want to draft Pokemon that I have fun using, as opposed to just a good team. And some people would argue that, winning is the fun, but I don't always agree. Yeah, we'll see what goes on in the future of the VDL, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Keep dreaming. Goodbye.